You didn't notice it happening, did you? It didn't start with an argument. There was no dramatic explosion. No tears, no slammed doors. Just distance. One day she stopped laughing at your jokes. Another day she stopped asking when you'd be home. Then she stopped touching you first. And now she sits across from you at the dinner table like a polite stranger, eating the food you paid for, sitting in the house you built, yet you can feel it. She's already gone. Not physically. Physically she still sleeps beside you. Physically she still wears the ring. Physically she still shares your last name. But emotionally, mentally, spiritually, she hasn't been your wife for a long time. And the worst part, you thought everything was fine. You told yourself, she's just tired. Women get moody with age. It's just hormones, she'll come around. But that's a lie men tell themselves when they're too scared to face the truth. She didn't lose feelings, she lost respect. She didn't change, she just stopped pretending. Let's be brutally honest, not for her sake, but for yours. There was a time when you were a man she admired. A man she couldn't wait to text back. A man she boasted about to her friends. A man she would obsess over in her mind. But over the years, something happened. You got comfortable. You got predictable. You got safe. You stopped being her challenge and became her roommate. You thought that loyalty and routine would hold the marriage together. You believed that paying the bills was enough, that showing up was enough, that being present was enough. But you forgot the one law that governs every relationship on earth. Love is optional. Desire is earned. She may still love you out of familiarity, but she no longer desires you. And when a woman in her 40s, a woman who has seen life, who survived heartbreaks, who knows her worth, reaches that point of emotional detachment, she doesn't argue. She doesn't beg. She doesn't warn you. She simply drifts. She stops complaining, not because she's fine, but because she knows you won't change. She stops fighting, not because she's at peace, but because she's already replaced you mentally, if not physically. You think she's distant because she's busy. You fool. She's distant because she's rehearsing life without you. Silently, strategically, emotionlessly. Right now, you're not her husband. You're just the man she's slowly detaching from. And if you don't wake up now, you won't lose her suddenly. You'll wake up one morning and realize you lost her long ago. Here's the truth no one tells men. Women don't leave when they're unhappy. They leave when they feel hopeless. A woman can tolerate stress, arguments, even periods of loneliness, as long as she believes things might get better, as long as she believes there is still a man to fight for. But when she looks at you and sees a man who stopped growing, stopped leading, stopped inspiring her, stopped earning her admiration, that's when she emotionally packs her bags. And the older she gets, the faster this process happens, because women over 40 don't have patience for weak men. The 3 psychological reasons she's disconnecting from you. 1, she no longer feels chosen, just stuck. In the beginning, she felt special being with you. You pursued her, fought for her, proved yourself. She felt desired. But now you treat her like furniture, familiar, background, expected. You don't flirt with her, you don't challenge her, you don't choose her, you merely occupy space next to her. A woman who doesn't feel chosen will soon start looking to be chosen by someone else. 2, you've become predictable, and predictable kills attraction. Let's be blunt. She already knows what you're going to say, what you're going to wear, where you're going to sit, what your opinions are, what your next move in life is. There's no mystery, no unpredictability, no edge. You've become safe. And safe men become invisible. You think stability equals security, but to a woman, stability without excitement equals numbness. She doesn't want chaos, she wants controlled unpredictability, a man who is steady but not stagnant. 3, she doesn't feel protected, emotionally or mentally. Protection isn't just physical, it's not about throwing a punch for her. It's about leading decisions confidently so she doesn't have to. Solving problems instead of avoiding them. Being the rock she leans on, not the extra burden she has to manage. If she feels like she's the one carrying the relationship, planning everything, fixing everything, initiating every conversation, then congratulations. You've turned her into the man. And no woman wants to sleep with a man she has to mother. So she doesn't scream, she doesn't demand, she doesn't warn you. She simply pulls back. Less eye contact. Less touching. Less talking. Less asking. She speaks to you only out of necessity, not connection. She took you off the pedestal and placed you on the shelf. You are no longer her hero, you're her habit. And habits are easy to break. Most men assume their wife is loyal because she hasn't left. Foolish. Women rarely leave physically first. They leave mentally, months or even years before they actually walk away. And by the time you feel something is wrong, she's already detached, numb, emotionally unavailable, spiritually gone. She's not confused, she's not unsure. She's waiting for the right timing, the right excuse, or the right replacement. These are the hidden signs you missed or chose to ignore. 1. She no longer argues. You think her silence means peace. Wrong. It means she stopped believing you can change. When she still cares, she complains, she fights, she tries to fix things. When she gives up, she goes quiet. 2. She shares her thoughts with everyone except you. She talks to her friends more than you. She vents online but never to you. She's open and expressive on social media, but reserved and cold in real life. She used to run to you first, now you hear about things last. You're no longer her safe place. You're just the guy she lives with. 3. She busy, but never too busy for others. She's always tired when you want time together. But somehow she has energy for friends, work events, her hobbies, random outings, even scrolling on her phone. Her schedule isn't full. Her schedule just doesn't include you anymore. 4. She still does things for you, but without emotion. She still cooks, still cleans, still maintains routine. But it feels robotic, mechanical, soulless. She's not loving you, she's maintaining order. She's not staying for you. She's staying until she's ready to leave. 5. She flinches when you touch her. Not physically, emotionally. She subtly leans away. She avoids eye contact. She stiffens when you hug her. Her body is telling you the truth. You're no longer a man she desires, you're a man she tolerates. 6. She's taking better care of herself, but not for you. Suddenly she's changing her hair, dressing better, working out, updating her social media. But here's the real question. Is she doing it to impress you? Or is she auditioning for life after you? By now you probably recognize one or several of these signs. And your instinct might be to panic, to beg, to chase, to argue. Don't, because once a woman emotionally checks out, no amount of begging will bring her back. A woman does not return to a man she no longer respects. She only comes back to a man who becomes someone she can respect again. There comes a moment, a precise, almost surgical moment, when a woman no longer argues. She no longer protests, no longer cries, no longer tries to explain what's wrong. She goes silent. And that silence is not peace. It's resignation, it's the funeral of effort. Most men misread this completely. They think, finally she's calmed down. Finally the fights are over. Finally things are back to normal. No, what actually happened is far more dangerous. She didn't calm down. She gave up emotionally, spiritually, sexually. She is still in the marriage physically, but mentally, she's already divorced. the most dangerous form of revenge. Women over 40 don't always leave with a fight. Sometimes they leave without moving an inch. They become distant, short, cold, robotic. She will cook but without love, speak but without warmth, smile but only for photographs. The house becomes a hotel. The husband becomes a rummet. And this is what breaks men the most. Not the shouting, not the betrayal, not even the divorce, but being treated like they're already gone. Why men fail to notice it in time? Because men are not trained to detect emotional withdrawal. They only react when something explodes. But women, they don't always explode. Sometimes they evaporate quietly, slowly, invisibly. And when the man finally wakes up and says, "Wait, what's wrong? Why are you so distant?" she will look at him with ice in her eyes and say, "Now you notice. The CIELESD truth. A woman doesn't pull away overnight. She gives hundreds of signals before disappearing. Short replies, less laughter, no eye contact, no initiative, no more good morning or take care. She stops asking, when will you be home, because she stopped waiting. And by the time she pulls away completely, she's not confused. She's certain. She's not heard. She's done. Most men assume that a woman's breaking point is loud. They think it will be a dramatic scene, shouting, tears, threats. But here's the cruel secret. A woman's real breaking point is silent. She doesn't announce that she's done trying. She doesn't warn that she's pulling away. She doesn't explain why she's changing. She simply disconnects. Her eyes lose warmth. Her voice loses softness. Her body loses desire. She no longer argues because arguments require hope. And she has none left. When she stops asking, she's done caring. At first, she buggered for change. Then she complained about change. Then she hinted at change. Now, she stops asking. She stops reminding. She stops calling. She stops caring where you are, what you're doing, or who you're with. Indifference is her final weapon. Because indifference is colder than hate. Hate still means she feels something. Indifference means you are now irrelevant. The unseen exit. She doesn't walk out of the door first. She walks out of your mind. Then out of your heart. Then one ordinary day out of your life. And that's what breaks men psychologically. One day she was there. Warm, soft, loving. And the next, she was a ghost sitting beside them. Still present but gone. Still speaking but distant. Still living with you but no longer yours. The ultimate reality. When a woman over 40 pulls away, she's not trying to punish you. She's not trying to test you. She's already mourned the marriage silently while you were still comfortable. By the time you feel panic, she feels peace. You're just starting to realize you're losing her. She already left months ago. Here's the cold reality most men never accept until it's already over. You don't lose your wife when she walks out of the house. You lose her when she stops feeling safe in your presence. And that usually happens long before she physically leaves. So now the question is, can she be brought back, or is her heart permanently sealed shut? The brutal truth, there are only two types of women left at this stage. Once a woman over 40 emotionally disconnects, she transforms into one of two types. The silent resentment holder, she'll stay, but only physically. She will sleep in your bed like a stranger. She will talk to you like a rummet. She will perform her duties like a robot. She won't argue because ugwang requires hope. She'll never leave, but she'll never love you again. The quiet escape planner, she's already building her exit. She's moving money. She's emotionally preparing the kids. She's reconnecting with old friends online. She'll stay sweet until the day she doesn't. Then she'll vanish like she was never yours. So can you bring her back? Yes, but only if you are not trying to win back her body. You must win back her nervous system. What does that mean? She must feel emotionally safe in your presence again. She must feel like you actually see her, not just use her. She must feel that you aren't just reacting to losing her, you are truly transforming. Because nothing disgusts a woman more than sudden fake effort that only shows up when she threatens to leave. If you only change because you're afraid to lose her, it's already too late. What does she need to see? She doesn't need your words. She doesn't need your promises. She doesn't even need your apologies. She needs to witness a different man. A man who listens without defending. A man who acts without being told twice. A man who protects her peace instead of disturbing it. Final warning. Let me be clear. If she's already emotionally gone, you are not competing with another man, you are competing with her inner peace. And that's the most dangerous opponent you will ever face. Because once a woman realizes she is hupaka without you, no amount of flowers, apologies, or desperate attempts can save you. Let me make something very clear before we begin. You cannot talk your way back into a woman's heart. You must behave your way back in. Women over 40 don't trust words anymore. They've heard it all. They've seen recycled promises. They've watched men try for a week and then fade back into old habits. So if she pulled away emotionally, this is not about convincing her to come back. It's about becoming a man she naturally wants to come back toward. The 3-phase rebuild, never say this out loud, just ACTIT. Phase 1, calm the storm, regulate yourself. Right now she expects arguments, defensiveness, guilt trips, begging, crying, panic. So when you do the opposite, her nervous system pauses. She's like, wait, what is happening? Why is he not reacting? This first step is simple. Heavy check mark, stop chasing. Heavy check mark, stop interrogating. Heavy check mark, stop dramatic emotional reactions. You must become emotionally grounded. She will only reapproach you if she feels safer with you than without you. Phase 2, silent evidence, don't announce. Most men make the mistake of explaining the change. Look, babe, I'm working on myself. See, I'm trying, aren't you noticing? Tell me if I'm doing better. Wrong. You do not tell her what you're doing. You live differently without asking for credit. Let her observe. You handling stress without snapping. You helping without being asked. You spending time on self-improvement without broadcasting it. Consistency in silence builds trust faster than speeches in desperation. Phase 3, lead with warm strength, not soft neediness. Once she slowly begins reacting differently, opening up in small ways, do not over-celebrate, do not jump ahead. You must respond with steady warmth, not explosive gratitude. If she talks, you listen. If she vents, you stay calm. If she shows affection, you receive it with confidence, not shock. Women don't want a servant. They don't want a weak, desperate husband begging for forgiveness. They want a steady, present, emotionally reliable man. The mindset you must lock in. This is not about cross mark winning her back. Cross mark getting things back to how they were. Cross mark fixing her mood. This is about white heavy check mark rebuilding yourself so deeply that she naturally gravitates back without you pressuring her. Because in the end, if she returns to you because she trusts your presence, you've won. If she returns out of guilt or pressure, you've only delayed the breakup. Women over 40 have built emotional armor, not out of malice, but out of exhaustion. They're tired of explaining themselves, arguing with men who don't truly listen, being guilt-tripped for feeling distant, being told to just get over it. So naturally, when a woman pulls away and you try to talk, she's already defensive before you even open your mouth. She expects, "Why are you acting like this? What did I do wrong now? Do you even care about us anymore?" And that's why she doesn't open up. Because every attempt turns into blame, pressure, or interrogation. So how do you disarm her fight response instantly? You say this one line, calmly, without emotion, and you walk away after saying it. I can feel you pulling away, and instead of pressuring you, I'm giving you space. When you're ready to talk, I'll be here. Why this works psychologically? This sentence does 3 powerful things at once. Heavy check mark acknowledges reality without blaming her. Heavy check mark signals emotional maturity and self-restraint. Heavy check mark puts the power back in her hands, which makes her want to re-engage. Instead of chasing her, you remove the battlefield entirely. And something strange happens. When she no longer feels forced to explain herself, she finally wants to. But here's the trick. You must walk away after saying it. No lingering, no waiting for a reaction, no staring like a puppy. You deliver it with calm certainty and leave her alone with her own thoughts. Because in that silence, she will realize, he's not fighting me, he's not pushing me, he's not reacting emotionally. He's safe, he's steady, he's different. That is the moment her guard begins to fall. When a woman begins to soften, when she slowly starts returning emotionally after pulling away, there will always be one final test. Not because she wants to hurt you, not because she enjoys conflict, but because she wants to know if your change is real or temporary. The test comes in one of 3 forms. A random argument out of nowhere. She brings up an old issue or snaps unexpectedly. Not because she's mad, but because she wants to see. Will he react like the old him, or stay calm like the new him? She acts cold for no reason again. She suddenly withdraws even after progress. Not to punish you, but to watch. Will he chase me or stay steady? She opens up emotionally, then waits. She finally shares something deep. Then she goes silent. She's not done talking, she's waiting to see if you truly heard her. The win or lose moment. If you get defensive, say, "Why are you acting like this again?" Demand answers. React out of fear, frustration, or neediness. Cross mark you fail, she closes back off harder than before. But if you stay calm, listen without fixing, give space without sulking, respond with steady warmth instead of emotional chaos. White heavy check mark you pass, and once you pass that final test, she lets the walls fall. Final message to the viewer. You think the hardest part is winning her back. No, the hardest part is becoming the man who never loses her again. Stop chasing her emotions. Start mastering your own. Because in the end, a woman doesn't stay with the man who needs her. She stays with the man she can trust herself with.